Good morning. I'm Sarah Pearson in the News 2 Alert Center with your Morning Pulse. As we continue with this legislative session, state lawmakers are grappling with a nearly $400 million budget shortfall. State Auditor Mike Foley is asking why Nebraska is paying millions of dollars in incentives to companies that aren't even in the state. According to the report, 2 tax incentive programs have resulted in nearly $1.2 billion in lost revenue over the past 4 years. This all comes from the Imagine Nebraska Act giving tax credits to businesses based on the number of employees they hire. Foley says it's not something anyone would have anticipated that a corporation producing new jobs in Nebraska would suddenly leave altogether, but maybe it should have been.
What are we going to try to do here to solve our budget problems, to bring things back into balance? Here's part of your problem. You're not collecting all the money you're supposed to be collecting, and you're sending it out in sometimes in instances where it should not be sent out.
Foley saying he doesn't believe this is intentional wrongdoing, but more likely an oversight, something that fell through the cracks as corporate tax laws were being written and rewritten in recent years. He says this is a conversation between the Department of Revenue and the legislator to figure out if tax policy in Nebraska is actually working. In crime news this morning, 22-year-old Sadie Titus, who has been accused in the deaths of a Stromsburg couple and their unborn child, has been denied a bond reduction for a second time. Titus is charged with 2 counts of accessory to murder as well as other charges. On February 5th, her bond was set at $100,000. Her attorney appeared in court on February 11th and then again yesterday to request a bond reduction. The judge denied the motion both times. Titus is due back in court early next month. Olympic action continues throughout the day today with men's and women's speed skating events starting at 1. Then shortly after 2, the USA men's hockey team faces Sweden in the quarterfinals. And while you were asleep this morning, Team USA already won 2 medals. Michaela Schifrin won gold in the women's slalom skiing event. Schifrin returns to the top of the podium 12 years after winning her first gold medal in 2014. And the USA men's cross-country ski team took silver in the sprint event finals. All of today's events can be seen on NBC and USA Network.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for watching early on this Wednesday morning here as we've got a pretty nice day ahead of us for today, coming off of record highs yesterday, the strong winds, the fire threat, the blowing dirt and dust out there. Not quite so bad today, although it will be a little bit breezier in northeast Nebraska, or windier, I should say there. There is going to be a red flag warning outside of our area, mainly north and east of the Norfolk area. So basically from around Knox County all the way down to just north and east of Omaha is where that red flag warning will be in place here. So let's bring those graphics full and we'll show you that red flag warning we've got in place for today there. So not the widespread fire threat like we had yesterday. The downside is tomorrow the winds return. The good news is it's not much of a fire threat. It's going to bring some cold air and some snow to the area here. All quiet though today here. Those westerly winds turning more southerly with time, but up north turning more northerly as the front begins to dive south. We'll have probably not much rain here. I'm using a forecast model that I agree with the most, but this model tends to overdo the limited precipitation. So when it shows light green, there's probably nothing there, maybe some virga, which is evaporating rainfall. But once you start seeing the dark green and darker color and brighter colors from there, that's where the rain's actually falling here. So maybe some rain tonight, but then mixing in the snow late tonight and into tomorrow morning. And look by tomorrow morning, look at those winds blowing out of the north and the northeast. They're going to be pretty strong already tomorrow morning and through the day tomorrow. So blowing snow is a concern right now, and I'm especially watching areas right in here to here during the day tomorrow for that heavier band. There's going to be a narrow band of heavier snowfall across central Nebraska with a sharp drop off to the south and a sharp drop off up north as well. This will continue through the day tomorrow, and blowing snow will mean that there could be some visibility issues out there tomorrow and some drifting of snow as well. This will last into tomorrow afternoon and then start to clear out tomorrow night into early on Friday morning. And we're going to be left with lighter winds and very cold temperatures to start off your Friday morning. So snowfall amounts. This is the forecast model I've decided that I agree with the most. It's kind of the most middle of the road. A few models are a little farther north. Some are a little farther south. Our in-house model is a little farther south. But I think it's right in between where the highest chances are. So really, if I had to pinpoint an area, that Highway 2 corridor in the Sand Hills And then the area between Highway 92 and Highway 91 in central Nebraska to eastern Nebraska is going to be the highest amounts. I think easily 3 to 6 inches of snowfall, but there are going to be some isolated amounts higher, 6 to 8, 9 inches of snow, and maybe even upwards of 10 inches of snow. Very sharp drop off to the south. North Platte area, for those watching on KNOP News 2 on the stream here, we're probably looking at 1 to 4 inches of snow. I know that's a wide amount here, but again, it's just a matter of a small shift that can make a big difference. Tri-Cities area, I'm going to go 0 to 2 inches of snowfall. And again, notice the sharp drop off north of Highway 20 as well, where there may not be very much, but any shift north or south will make a big difference. As we're still about 24 hours, just under 24 hours away from this, we may see a little bit of a shift north or south with these forecast models. As of right now, the local National Weather Service offices have issued out some winter storm watches for the area that's in the northwest, the Sandhills area. This starts at midnight tonight and continues until 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And then farther to the east here, right in these 4 counties here, the Hastings National Weather Service has us starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and that will continue until midnight tomorrow night. These are the areas where the highest amounts of snow will be. So far, nothing from the Omaha National Weather Service, but I anticipate some kind of watch. There may be some winter weather advisories eventually issued on the northern edge and the southern edge of this here, with maybe a winter storm warning in between where those higher amounts of snow are expected. Well, enjoy today. Should be a decent day in the 50s and 60s ahead of that cold air to come. Lows tomorrow. And some of these lows may actually be tomorrow night or tomorrow before midnight, but we'll be looking at the lowest temperatures of tomorrow basically in the teens and 20s, some low 30s in the southeast. Highs tomorrow, it's going to be a struggle, 20s and 30s for high temperatures in the afternoon. Going to be a very cold day out there. And look at this, Friday morning, when those winds die down and the skies clear up, we're down in the single digits and lower to mid-teens for lows. Some sub-zero readings in the northwest. Very cold start to our Friday morning. Friday afternoon, only slightly better, upper 20s and 30s for afternoon highs. Looking ahead to Friday, Friday night and Saturday morning, another cold night in the single digits and teens, maybe near 20 in the south. Saturday, a little bit better, back to the 30s and 40s. I will mention Friday night overnight, there's a small chance of snow, but right now, it's not really looking like much. Looking at North Platte, again, now I want you to ignore one thing because I keep forgetting to take this off the graphic here. It's not going to be windy today. A little breezy maybe, but not too bad out there. So ignore that windy icon. I just continue to forget to take that off of that graphic there. But here comes the breezy conditions, the cold and the snow late tonight and into tomorrow. 1 to 4 inches of snow for North Platte. That winds down tomorrow night. We start off with some sun Friday with increasing clouds in the afternoon, a chance of snow late in the afternoon, more so though Friday night into Saturday, early Saturday morning. I would say your amounts look pretty limited though for the overnight hours Friday night. I'm not expecting much there. Looking down the road, a little bit of a drop in temperatures on Sunday, then we start to come back up Monday, much warmer Tuesday and beyond. Tuesday all the way through next Friday looks very good in the upper 50s and low to mid 60s. So a nice mild end to the month of February. And the Climate Prediction Center says, yeah, it's going to be a warm one to end February going into early March.